Have you ever pondered why certain individuals seem to harbor an instant dislike towards you, even without apparent cause? It's as though, regardless of your actions, there's always someone viewing you with contempt or antipathy. The enigma of why some people simply detest us presents a conundrum that isn't always rooted in our behavior or speech. At times, the underlying reasons for this animosity are deeply entrenched in psychological intricacies, masked as envy or misinterpretations. Grasping this phenomenon isn't merely a matter of inquisitiveness. It's crucial for maneuvering through the intricate social dynamics we encounter daily. In this special presentation, we'll delve into 9 reasons why individuals may develop intense negative sentiments towards us. Before we embark on this journey, I want to express my gratitude for the remarkable support you've shown. It brings me great joy to craft these videos, and even more so to receive your heartfelt comments. I peruse each one. If you're new to this channel, please click the like button and activate the notification bell so YouTube can recommend this video to others like yourself. Now, let's commence this transformative expedition together. Are you prepared? Number 1. Envy and jealousy. One of the most prevalent and profound reasons someone might develop an aversion towards you is envy or jealousy. These corrosive emotions act like veritable toxins in interpersonal relationships, capable of transmuting admiration into repulsion and respect into resentment. Envy and jealousy often surface when an individual perceives something in you that they covet but believe is beyond their reach. This sentiment can be triggered by various factors, ranging from your professional accomplishments and personal achievements to aspects of your personality or lifestyle. In many instances, envy and jealousy mirror a person's internal discontent with their own existence. Instead of finding inspiration in your successes or feeling genuinely pleased for your accomplishments, they view your qualities and achievements as a reflection of their own inadequacies or misfortune. This emotion can evolve into deep-seated resentment, leading them to wish for your downfall or failure in an attempt to alleviate their own distress or dissatisfaction. The most destructive facet of envy and jealousy is their potential to drive the envious or jealous individual to resort to gossip, slander, or even sabotage to undermine your efforts and achievements. They may attempt to discredit your work or disseminate falsehoods about your character, all in the hope of toppling you from the pedestal where, in their minds, you stand. It's vital to recognize that envy and jealousy are issues belonging to the person experiencing them, not you. Although it's easy to internalize the hatred and begin questioning or blaming yourself, it's crucial to remember that you're not responsible for another person's feelings of inadequacy or dissatisfaction. Your achievements and qualities should not be diminished because someone else is incapable of managing their own internal struggles. As Marcus Aurelius once remarked, "Don't concern yourself with matters beyond your control." The feelings of envy and jealousy from others are clearly something beyond your influence, and Stoicism emphasizes the importance of focusing on what you can control, your own actions, thoughts, and reactions. Understanding that envy and jealousy often lie at the root of the hatred some people feel towards you can help you navigate these complex interactions. Knowing how to deal with these negative emotions in a mature and composed manner, without allowing them to affect you, is a crucial skill for maintaining your inner peace and continuing on your path of personal and professional growth. Number 2, miscommunication. These factors, even if they may initially appear trivial or insignificant, have the potential to fuel deep and enduring resentments. At the core of these misunderstandings often lie misinterpretations or a lack of clarity in the way we express ourselves or interpret the words of others. Misunderstandings arise when there's a discrepancy between the intention of a message and how it's perceived. A misplaced word, a misinterpreted tone of voice, or even a facial expression can suffice to create a false impression. These minor communication failures can lead to incorrect assumptions about someone's intentions or attitudes, causing them to perceive you as disrespectful, indifferent, or even hostile. On the other hand, ineffective communication significantly contributes to the construction of emotional barriers and misunderstandings. This can occur when we fail to articulate our thoughts and feelings clearly, leaving room for erroneous interpretations. In other instances, the inability to practice active listening and truly comprehend the other person's perspective can lead to wrong assumptions and judgments. These scenarios become fertile ground for the development of negative sentiments. When people feel misunderstood or believe they have been misinterpreted, they may begin to develop an aversion based on these failed communication experiences. What began as a minor misunderstanding can grow and transform into hostility that often bears no relation to the reality of the situation or the relationship itself. Recognizing the significance of misunderstandings and ineffective communication as reasons for the emergence of negative feelings is crucial to avoiding unjustified hatred. It's essential to strive for clear, open, and honest communication in all interactions. Additionally, it's important to give people the benefit of the doubt and seek clarification when uncertainty arises. By doing so, unnecessary resentments can be avoided and interpersonal relationships can be maintained on a healthier and more positive foundation. Number 3. Fundamental values and beliefs. We inhabit a diverse world where each individual is shaped by a unique set of values and beliefs that guide their perceptions, decisions, and behaviors. When these values clash with those of another person, it can serve as the catalyst for disagreements and eventually hatred. Differences in values can span from political and religious views to opinions on work ethics and lifestyles. When someone regards their values as absolutely correct or superior, anyone with a different set of beliefs may be viewed as an adversary or a threat. This us versus them mentality is a common source of interpersonal conflict and can swiftly transform disagreement into contempt. Moreover, when a person's beliefs are deeply ingrained, any challenge to these beliefs is often perceived as a personal attack. This can trigger an intense defensive response, resulting in hostility directed towards the individual who represents that perceived threat. In situations like this, the conflict transcends mere divergent opinions. It becomes a battle between identities and worldviews. These differences can also lead to stereotypes and snap judgments. When people don't make an effort to understand the other's perspective and resort to generalizations, they create barriers that hinder empathy and mutual understanding. These judgments can evolve into hatred, especially when fueled by unrecognized fears or prejudices. In Stoic philosophy, the idea is emphasized that our personal beliefs and values are the result of our individual experiences and perceptions. Epictetus, one of the prominent Stoic philosophers, would remind us that each of us is the product of our own education and environment. In this sense, it's natural for people to have different sets of values and beliefs. Fostering open dialogue, tolerance, and respect for differences not only helps prevent hatred, but also enriches our own experiences and understanding of the world. Accepting that not everyone will share our perspectives and that this is acceptable is a crucial step toward harmonious coexistence in a pluralistic society. Understanding these underlying reasons for personal aversion can help us navigate complex social dynamics with greater empathy and wisdom, fostering more positive relationships and personal growth. Number 4, the impact of gossip. Another significant factor that often leads to the development of feelings of animosity is the influence of hearsay and gossip propagated by third parties. These whispers, often false or exaggerated and motivated by malice or simply the desire to create intrigue, can be extremely detrimental. They possess the power to unfairly and often irreversibly shape people's perceptions of you. Hearsay and gossip act like a contagion in social relationships, spreading rapidly and infecting people's opinions before you even have the opportunity to present your true story. Once a rumor begins circulating, it can take on a life of its own, distorting reality and creating a false image of who you are. This is particularly destructive when the rumors involve negative or sensitive aspects of your life or personality. The problem with rumors is that even when they lack any foundation, they can be incredibly persuasive. People tend to believe what they hear, especially if the rumor confirms their own suspicions or prejudices. Additionally, the forbidden or sensational nature of a rumor makes it more appealing and therefore more likely to be disseminated. The spread of false or misleading information creates a toxic environment where you are judged and condemned without evidence or justice. The consequences can range from social isolation and loss of friendships to more serious impacts on your professional and personal life. The animosity generated by rumors can be one of the hardest to combat, as you are fighting against a fabricated image rather than reality. It's essential to be aware of the powerful influence that rumors can have in shaping antipathy toward you. While it can be challenging, it's important to try to dismantle these rumors with the truth and maintain your integrity regardless of the falsehoods being spread. Remember that your authenticity and honesty are your best tools against the poison of rumors. Trusting in your truth and maintaining transparency in your interactions can help disprove the lies and rebuild your image in the eyes of others. In the long run, truth and integrity will prevail over falsehoods and malice. Number 5. Personal insecurities. This is a complex and often overlooked reality, yet it plays a crucial role in the dynamics of interpersonal animosity. When personal insecurities are not faced and overcome, they can transform into envy, resentment, and eventually antipathy toward those who seem not to share the same weaknesses or flaws. Fears and insecurities can stem from various sources, such as past experiences, perceived failures, or social comparisons. As Seneca said, when someone feels insecure, they may unconsciously project those feelings onto others, especially onto those who seem to represent the opposite of their own insecurities. For example, if someone feels insecure about their career, they might develop resentment toward a colleague who is succeeding and advancing professionally. This projection of insecurities acts as a psychological defense mechanism, an attempt to cope with internal feelings of inadequacy. Rather than confronting and working through their own insecurities, it becomes easier for some people to direct their frustration and negativity toward others. This process can give rise to feelings of animosity, as the person sees in you a constant reminder of their own struggles and deficiencies. Another aspect of this dynamic is the sense of threat that your achievements or qualities may pose to someone with deep insecurities. Instead of viewing your successes as inspirational, these individuals may perceive them as a mirror reflecting what they lack. This can trigger a negative emotional response as they feel that their own position or self-image is being challenged or diminished. It's essential to understand that someone's personal insecurities and the resulting feelings of antipathy are not caused by your actions or who you are. Instead, they are a manifestation of that person's internal battles. Understanding this can help you avoid taking these negative feelings personally and maintain a healthy perspective in your interactions. Additionally, recognizing this dynamic can be the first important step toward addressing these feelings in a compassionate and empathetic way, helping to dispel misunderstandings and fostering a more positive environment. Number 6. Lack of empathy. In an ideal world, empathy and understanding would be the driving forces behind our daily interactions. However, one of the most evident reasons why someone might harbor feelings of antipathy is precisely the lack of these essential qualities. The inability to feel empathy or to understand the experiences and perspectives of others can create a divide between people, leading to misunderstandings and ultimately to animosity. A lack of empathy manifests as the inability to put oneself in another's shoes, to feel what the other person is feeling, or to comprehend their motivations and reactions. When someone lacks empathy, their interpretations and reactions to the actions of others can be severely distorted, leading them to perceive an offense where none exists and to misinterpret intentions. As a result, they develop deep resentment based on misunderstanding. This lack of understanding is often exacerbated by prejudice, hasty judgments, and the inability to consider context and nuance. People who lack empathy tend to see the world in black and white terms, which can lead to misguided and unfair perceptions of others. Their judgments are often based on assumptions or a superficial view of the situation, without making an effort to truly understand the other person. The lack of empathy and understanding can also be a manifestation of egocentrism. Egocentric people are so focused on themselves that they find it difficult to recognize or value the experiences and feelings of others. This egocentrism can translate into insensitivity, causing them to treat others' problems or successes with disdain or indifference. This attitude can easily be interpreted as hostility or even antipathy. Recognizing a lack of empathy or understanding as a reason for animosity is crucial to addressing these situations. It's important to remember that in many cases, the antipathy someone feels toward you is more a reflection of their own emotional limitations than anything you have done. Understanding this can help you approach these conflicts with a more balanced perspective, seeking ways to build bridges of understanding when possible, or protecting yourself from negative emotional influences. Number 7. Competition or rivalry. This type of relationship, often steeped in competition and constant comparison, can become a powerful source of negative feelings. When competition or rivalry intensifies, it can evolve into antipathy that transcends the boundaries of a simple dispute, turning into an obsession, even without directly harming the person. Competition and rivalry are common in many aspects of life, whether in the workplace, social circles, or even family relationships. Typically, healthy competition can serve as motivation for personal growth and improvement. However, when that competition becomes obsessive, or when the rivalry is rooted in insecurities, jealousy, or past resentments, it can degenerate into a burning desire to see the other person fail. This transformation from competition to antipathy often occurs when someone feels constantly overshadowed or belittled by the other. Instead of focusing on surpassing their own limits or achieving their goals, the focus shifts to defeating or diminishing the other. This feeling can intensify when one perceives the other's achievements or recognition as undeserved, or that they come at one's own expense. Furthermore, as Marcus Aurelius noted, heightened rivalry can lead to destructive behaviors like defamation, sabotage, or personal attacks. The need to triumph at all costs can erode one's sense of ethics and justice, resulting in actions aimed directly at harming the other person. These actions not only hurt the targeted individual, but also corrode the character and integrity of the person practicing them. Recognizing competition and rivalry as possible reasons for antipathy is key to understanding the nature of these relationships. By identifying these feelings in others or oneself, one can seek ways to transform competition into collaboration or, at the very least, learn to compete in a healthy and respectful way. Remembering that another person's success does not diminish your own and that there is space for everyone to shine can be a powerful antidote to antipathy born from competition and rivalry. Number 8. Cultural differences. In our increasingly globalized world, interactions between people from diverse cultural backgrounds are more frequent than ever. While this diversity can be enriching, it can also be a source of misunderstandings and, in some cases, antipathy. Cultural and social differences can create barriers in communication and understanding, leading to negative feelings between individuals. These differences can manifest in various ways, from contrasting communication styles and social norms to divergent values and beliefs. What may be considered polite or acceptable in one culture might be viewed as rude or offensive in another. These misalignments can lead to unintentional offenses and misunderstandings, which, if not addressed, can evolve into more profound negative feelings. Moreover, when individuals are not open to understanding or accepting these differences, they may develop prejudices or stereotypes about people from other cultures. These preconceived notions can color all interactions, leading to a cycle of misunderstanding and antipathy. It's crucial to approach cultural and social differences with an open mind and a willingness to learn. As Epictetus taught, it is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. By cultivating cultural sensitivity and striving to understand different perspectives, we can bridge these gaps and reduce the likelihood of antipathy arising from cultural misunderstandings. Number 9. Negative experiences. Sometimes, the antipathy someone feels towards you may have nothing to do with you personally, but rather with past traumatic experiences or negative encounters they've had with someone who reminds them of you. This phenomenon, known in psychology as transference, can cause individuals to project their unresolved feelings from past experiences onto current relationships. For instance, if someone had a negative experience with a person who shares similar physical characteristics, mannerisms, or even a profession with you, they might unconsciously transfer their negative feelings to you. This transference can happen without the person being fully aware of it, leading to seemingly irrational dislike or animosity. Past traumas can also make individuals more sensitive to certain behaviors or situations, causing them to react more strongly than the current situation warrants. This heightened reactivity can be misinterpreted as antipathy, when in reality it's a manifestation of unresolved pain or fear. Understanding this aspect of human psychology can help us approach such situations with more empathy and patience. As Seneca advised, we should every night call ourselves to an account. What infirmity have I mastered today? What passions opposed? What temptation resisted? What virtue acquired? This self-reflection can help us recognize our own potential biases and reactions, fostering a more compassionate approach to others. As we've explored these 9 reasons for personal aversion, it becomes clear that often the antipathy others feel towards us is more a reflection of their internal struggles than a true assessment of our character or actions. This understanding, however, doesn't make these situations any less challenging to navigate. In facing these complex interpersonal dynamics, we can draw wisdom from Stoic philosophy. The Stoics emphasize the importance of focusing on what is within our control and accepting what is not. As Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When confronted with antipathy from others, we can choose to respond with understanding and equanimity rather than reacting with hostility or despair. We can strive to maintain our integrity and continue to act in accordance with our values, regardless of how others perceive us. Moreover, recognizing these reasons for personal aversion can help us develop greater empathy, not only for those who may dislike us, but also for ourselves. It reminds us to be cautious in our judgments of others, knowing that we, too, may sometimes harbor unjustified negative feelings. In the end, the goal is not to be liked by everyone, an impossible and unnecessary aim, but to cultivate inner peace and virtue. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By understanding the roots of personal aversion, practicing empathy, and maintaining our principles, we can navigate these challenging aspects of human interaction with grace and wisdom. In doing so, we not only improve our own lives, but contribute to creating a more understanding and harmonious society.